Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Running right. It's a handoff to Gordon. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Ryan Suckup on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Suckup now set to kick it off following the made field goal. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake. Yeah,
he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm going to run you over.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Grover Stewart coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Incomplete on the throw. Results in a 4th down.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. This is Coleman. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes? I
think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Second and 10.
To throw is Brady. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
They'll run it with Johnson. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
Check, 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 check. Hey, switch gears.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 19. Now Gordon on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Brady. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Brady now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the... for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They'll get him back at his own 3-yard line. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Vikings send out their punter. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The Vikings send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Eight yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He'll fire one deep for Westbrook.
This is caught inside the 15. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. On play action, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trucks over him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again on second down. Brady flushed out right. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Adams.
And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
McCann's kick up and good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
On 2nd and 15 now. Brady. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Brady. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Throughout his career, Tom Brady has made a living with the quick pass, hasn't he? How about that one? A little slant inside, and I think his arm's gotten stronger throughout his career, too.
Yeah, you can just see one of many examples of why he's made more trips to the Super Bowl than any other quarterback.
Footwork, intelligence, competitiveness, that's Tom Brady in a nutshell.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
58, Mike, 58. Hey, attack it. Come on, come get some. Come get some. Come on here, come get some. He don't want it. He get it. Hey, Alabama.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
Harris will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check.
Heavy 2.
Mike 7. Here we go. Get off the field. 7's a line. Watch the run. Mike 7.
Now Brady. The open man is Westbrook. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On the option, and they'll give this one to Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Reload! Get that ball! 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Cut. 56. Mike, 56. 56. I got it, coach.
From midfield, here's Brady. Complete. It's Johnson. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Now a play fake. Brady. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
He's checking.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. Down right around the 25. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Second down and 8. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Brady. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 58, boy, 58. Cover! Let's go, D. Hey, 58 to the mic. Go 58 to the mic. Crunch time, defense. 58, right over there.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what... he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Let's go. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 26, check 26. Shoot. Watch the shit.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Again, Gordon.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Melvin Gordon with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sucker. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Bears 13, Vikings 10.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Levante David in on the tackle. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Mayfield off the play fake.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Mayfield. It's wearing the tight end with it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Rasul Douglas there to get him down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They go play action. Mayfield. A quick throw, but incomplete. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down.
Mayfield.
And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So this game's had a little bit of everything. Here's another little something. A potential game-tying 4th quarter field goal that winds up hitting iron.
And there's always a chance that it's going to hit and bank itself in, but no such luck that time. And that's a body blow right there.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Second and 11 now.
They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
41 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now a toss right side. It's Gordon. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was
a mistake,
yes,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game to come up